What's up guys, it's Underworld Times with another story. 3 men have been jailed for a total of 35 years for importing illegal firearms and ammunition into the UK via international post before trying to sell them on to organised criminals. The National Crime Agency launched an investigation after 2 semi-automatic pistols and hollow point ammunition were intercepted at Parcel Force International Parcel Hub in Coventry, UK. Border Force officers recovered the guns, which had been sent from Orlando, Florida, concealed in an electronic safe labelled as car parts. The trio specifically sought out brand new handguns from the US as they had no criminal footprint in the UK and were therefore less likely to be detected by police after use in shootings. The parcel was addressed to a John Bob Walton in Cambridge. 5 days later, a man claiming to be Walton called Parcel Force asking where his parcel was. NCA investigators traced the number back to Dion Roberts, 33, from Coventry. Following an armed surveillance operation, Roberts and a second man, Keston Joseph, 33, were stopped by NCA officers supported by West Midlands Police while driving on King William Street in Coventry. Both were arrested. Joseph was released under investigation, but Roberts was remanded in custody and his phone seized. Analysis of his messages showed that he had arranged the importation with a contact known as Shotter, who was based in Florida. The messages also showed that they had successfully imported another semi-automatic pistol 2 weeks prior to Roberts' arrest using the same methods. In audio messages, Roberts instructed Shotter to send the gun in a safe that was insulated with carbon paper and to just label them as car parts. Prior to the gun's arrival, Roberts sent the following message to an unknown prospective buyer. Had 2 G40 but sold, have 2 more coming next week. Normally 5, I will give you for 4 500, brand new. Or you tell me what you want and I bring it in. Roberts and Joseph collected the package containing the first gun on the 11th of January 2020. Officers recovered a photo from Joseph's phone taken that morning of him holding the gun, which was taken within an hour of opening the parcel. Phone records showed that following this, Roberts and Joseph were actively searching for buyers while simultaneously organising the shipment of the second package. This time, Roberts asked Shotter to include 5 rounds of ammunition with each gun. When Shotter warned against this as he thought they would give off a certain smell, Roberts told him this wouldn't matter due to the insulation in the safe. Roberts made contact with a third man, Dashan Keynes, 46, from Birmingham to bring him in on the conspiracy. Phone records showed Roberts and Keynes had travelled together to hide the safe. With Roberts in custody and evidence secured against his co-conspirators, NCA armed officers arrested Keynes and Joseph on the 5th of March 2020. The safe was recovered 2 months later, hidden in a bush near Roberts' home, with the firearm still inside. When NCA forensic scientists analysed the gun, they discovered Keynes' DNA on it. Following a 5-week trial, Keston Joseph, 33, from Broad Street, Coventry, and Dashan Keynes, 46, of Falcon Lodge Crescent, Sutton Coldfield, were convicted at Birmingham Crown Court of conspiracy to acquire prohibited Section 5 firearms, conspiracy to acquire Section 1 ammunition, conspiracy to sell or transfer prohibited Section 5 firearms, and conspiracy to sell or transfer Section 1 ammunition. Dion Roberts, 33, from Lodge Green Lane, Meriden, Coventry, previously pleaded guilty to the same charges. Roberts was jailed for 12 years, Joseph for 14 years, and Keynes for 9 years. Defending Joseph, Anthony Bell argued Roberts was the driving force for the conspiracy, with him making all the contact within the US. Dashan Keynes, aged 46, and of Sutton Coldfield, played a lesser role but was involved in a distribution network which saw 3 guns smuggled into the country. The court heard of the trio's mutual desire to flood the UK with firearms, with Roberts also outlining hopes to sell 20 firearms a month, a total the prosecutor says would have resulted in a £100,000 profit every month. But their conspiracy fell apart when they were arrested by National Crime Agency officers before they could receive the second importation of guns. Judge Heidi Kubik, QC, told them this was an audacious scheme to set up an illegal business importing illegal firearms from America and to sell them onto the criminal market in the UK and beyond. Whilst I acknowledge that the sequence of events involved an element of wishful thinking and hyperbole as to the potential scale of this enterprise, I am satisfied that there was a settled intention and agreement to import further prohibited firearms and ammunition to order and supply them onto the criminal market. The scale was not limited to the firearms that were imported. These conspirators had contacted criminals interested in prohibited firearms, and they intended that further orders could be placed, sourced in the US, and sold onto waiting criminal customers at profit. NCA Branch Commander Mick Pope said, "These men planned to build a business on selling illegal weapons to other criminals. They saw this only as a money-making scheme, paying no consideration to the danger firearms pose to the public. Criminals who own firearms, often those behind the supply of illegal drugs, use them to instill fear, inflict violence, and in some cases to kill. The success of this investigation reinforces our commitment to protect the public and to tackle this threat. We will continue to work with key partners such as Border Force to prevent illegal firearms from entering the UK."